When we first launched the Addict back in 2008, we flipped the cycling world on its head. And in that time, the Addict has been a serial winner. Stage wins, a monument, a world championship, a grand tour. So 15 years later, we asked ourselves, does the cycling world really need an ultra-lightweight race bike? With the all-new Addict RC, we really wanted to once again set a benchmark in the industry for a race bike. Now, this new generation of Addict offers something completely unique on the market. A complete bike weighing in at under 5.9 kilograms with race-ready geometry that can handle a World Tour sprint, lead a breakaway, and claim all of the KOMs along the way. Now, while the focus on lightweight was paramount for the all-new Addict RC, we also wanted to make sure that we operated within the constraints of a modern race road bike. Maintaining high levels of integration, modern components, and yes, even some aero gains, we set out to achieve a bike that benefits everyone, from beginners to the world's best.
Lightweight was obviously the driving factor behind the development of this Addict RC. In professional races, you often see riders switching to lighter tires and shallower rims for some mountain stages. We wanted to offer a race bike which is so light that racers have a free choice of components. Wheels, tires, pedals, saddles, etc. They can choose whatever they want and still tip the scale below the 6.8 kilo UCI limit. It was clear from the beginning that for this project, each little detail needed to be tuned to perfection to achieve benchmarking results. To this day, the very first Scott Addict of 2008 is still the lightest production bike we have built, tipping the scales just under 6 kilos. And we wanted to show that with all the technological improvements of disc brakes, electronic shifting, wider gearing ratios, better aerodynamics, wider tires and more comfort, we can still beat this number today. To define a starting point for the development, we evaluated our manufacturing possibilities and collected all the data we could get to prepare a collection of ingredients for our recipe of how to build a light bike.
To make it simple, while designing a lightweight structure, we try to reduce the amount of used material as much as possible. It has been the design guideline through our whole development process. With our current understanding of aerodynamics, it was clear it would not be as straightforward as assembling a few skinny round tubes and calling it a day. Too big is the impact of the overall performance and handling of the bike. Together with our layup and finite element analysts, we identified which tubes and shapes have the greatest influence on stiffness to weight and reviewed them for their aerodynamic performance. Like in nature, strong fiber-friendly connections are smooth and fluent. When we designed the frame transitions, we made sure to look closely and find tailored solutions. The result is a very pure and nimble bike silhouette, effortless in the best sense. In addition, we developed the components seamlessly together with the frame set. Every little detail of the bike, including the cockpit, has been reviewed for its impact it has on the rest of the bike. Thanks to our iterative process, we were able to adapt and fine-tune all parts of the bike. The result is not only beautiful, but also optimized for manufacturing.
The design and manufacturing process of the frame set went hand in hand. A new way of carbon molding enabled us to produce a completely hollow frame without any dead-end tube segments. This process is quite unique in the cycling industry and it's only applicable if the frame design is tailor-made for this manufacturing method. Our simulation models enabled us to develop and test the complete layup already in a digital environment before producing the first testing frames. Scott has always been on the forefront when it comes to larger tire sizes on race-specific road bikes. Our new Addict RC continues to push in this direction for race bikes and comes with 30mm tire width as a standard and has enough space for even 34mm tires. While wider tires can bring benefits for comfort and rolling resistance, they also make the handling a bit lazier and more sluggish. We adapted the Addict RC's geometry to provide agile handling for tight cornering and quick steering maneuvers, and at the same time we wanted to keep the bike stable enough to resist sudden gusts of wind and to avoid feeling nervous at high descending speeds.
Nowadays, riders expect more of a premium bike than just a nice frame and fork. If you think of the complete bike as a system instead, you can optimize every interface and every part to achieve high-end quality.
The new Syncros integrated cockpit was optimized to further reduce material. Thanks to a new stem clamping design and an FEA optimized carbon layup, it's now about 40 grams lighter at the same strength and stiffness. We even developed a new computer mount for our road bike cockpits. It weighs only 12 grams, which is almost 70% lighter than our standard CNC machine computer mounts. Of course, a symbiotic frame kit system can only work with a matching seat post. For the new Addict RC, we offer two different options to match each individual needs. Our new SL seat post is 10% lighter than the previous model. Thanks to the new seat post clamp design, which is more fiber friendly, we were able to optimize the seat post layup and further reduce the weight while increasing flex and comfort. The new CF seat post increases the comfort of the Addict RC by another 30% compared to the SL version. The flexible cover at the backside of the CF seat post hides a magnetic bracket system to swap the cover with our new Syncros rear light once the days are getting shorter.
Our approach of designing the Addict RC as a complete system included every little detail of the bike. Our tailor-made plastic parts allowed us to use fiber-friendly construction on the carbon parts while blending it with the aerodynamic advantages of integration. All components align perfectly together while still allowing easy access for adjustments if necessary. The new Addict RC is not only the lightest bike we have ever made, but also sets a new standard for us in its level of detailing and build precision. Not only the cockpit parts, but also derailleur hangers, cable ports and accessories, every item has been developed specifically for this new generation.
For the aerodynamic optimization of the Addict RC, we applied the same recipes that worked well on foil and plasma, and after some iterations and in-depth CFD simulation, we found the perfect balance between aerodynamics and weight optimization.
A new headset and optimized cable routing paths enabled us to reduce the frontal area by almost 10%, while the modern wide stance fork creates a perfect symbiosis with larger tires on modern wide rims. The wing shape of the integrated cockpit and handlebars is not just super comfortable to grab on longer climbs, it's also CFD optimized to create less drag and optimize the airflow in front of the rider's moving legs.
The new Addict RC is the lightest road bike Scott has ever produced, and whether you're attacking steep climbs or sprinting for the finish line, every aspect of this bike was meticulously crafted with one thing in mind: being able to pick it up with your pinky finger.